Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And as you can see, today we will be doing a music English lesson with the Billboard top charting hit Butter by BTS. So I hope you guys enjoy as much as I have enjoyed getting ready for this video and also filming this video. I also put a lot of effort trying to make sure you guys will enjoy it, not only with the copycat wardrobe, but also I asked an English learner for their opinion on what phrases were more difficult for them, because I am a little bit biased. As you know, I am a fan of BTS, so I wanted to make sure I was explaining the phrases that you all would want to know more about. So hopefully these are the phrases that are interesting to you, and if not, just of course then make a comment, send me an email, and let me know what else I can do for you. And I hope this one gets a little bit more attention than my last video. If not, I have one more video that I promised my other English student that I will make for them, and if that, I will make that video for them, and if that doesn't get that much attention, then this might be my next to last music English lesson. Maybe, we'll see. So without further ado, let's get right into the lesson. So today, these are the phrases that we are going to be discussing, and the key takeaway is to improve your English and to enjoy this song better, to enjoy Butter better. Said that 2 times fast. Even to sound more like a native, because they do have, even though they are foreign speakers of English, they have a lot of native speech that they use in the music, which I also really appreciate as an English teacher. So again, let's get into the song.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover.
The first song that we will be discussing is Criminal Undercover. If you look at the entire phrase that's in the song, it says smooth like a criminal undercover. When a criminal is undercover, you know, they're not nervous, they're not shaky, they're very calm, cool, and collected, and charismatic and charming. That is what they're like. They're smooth like a criminal undercover. And also, if you've ever heard that Michael Jackson song Smooth Criminal, that criminal is smooth, a cool, collected criminal. Okay, so that is my interpretation of a criminal undercover.
Criminal undercover, don't pop like trouble.
So the next phrase we have is gon' pop like trouble. So according to the verified lyrics on Genius, this is supposed to reference the game Trouble, this game right here, where this centerpiece pops. It pops. So that is what they're referencing. And when you pop, that can mean several different things. So suddenly appears, maybe that person suddenly appears into your heart, or to escape or break away from something. I doubt that's what that means right here. Or this color pops. This color is striking. This color is prominent. Also pay attention to the next phrase, gonna pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. So I'm assuming that he suddenly appears and he makes the person fall for him. So that is my interpretation. But this phrase also reminded me of another phrase that I've heard before, which is pop off. So it's very weird, because when I searched this term to try to get an exact definition or an exact reference explaining this term pop off, I got very different explanations. Like, it meant a compliment, to compliment someone, like if they gave a speech, and then you could say, oh, you really popped off on that speech. But all the times that I've ever heard pop off, it means something negative, like pop off, like, oh, it's gonna pop off, or if y'all don't stop, something's gonna pop off, meaning something violent is going to occur if this activity does not stop. or something along that line. So I hope I'm not the only one that's ever heard of that term pop off in a negative way. So also for English learners, be aware of that, because in certain communities, if you hear the term pop off, that's something bad. But I guess in other communities, if you hear the term pop off, you did a good job on something. So let's go to our next phrase.
Like trouble breaking into your heart like that. Cool shade stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother.
This next phrase is cool shade stunner. So a cool shade stunner, they basically are a very handsome person, a very cool, charming, handsome person. If you call someone a cool shade stunner, and that means they have the looks. They have the looks, they have the style, they have the charm. And you can see how that references in the next phrase of the song. It says he owes it all to his mother. He owes all his looks to his mother, because without his mother being the beautiful woman that she is, he couldn't have been the handsome man that he has become. So again, a cool shade stunner is calling someone a charming, cool, good looking individual.
Stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm not too hard to do. I got the superstar glow, so ooh, do the boogie.
The next phrase that we will be discussing is do the boogie like. So this term was used, this boogie term was used more frequently in past years. I don't hear it that coming now, but it basically means this is how you do the dance. That phrase, do the boogie like, or do the dance like, meaning this is how you do the dance. So this makes sense because in the next phrase to follow, they're basically telling you how to do this dance. Side, step, right, left, to the beat, to my beat. So do the boogie like. Hey, don't do the boogie like this, okay? But you know, do the boogie like. That's what that term means.
A side step right left to my beat. I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause talk is cheap.
Okay, so the next phrase we will be discussing is talk is cheap. Now, this phrase, if you hear it just normally in English culture or American culture, it is basically meaning that it is easy to say that someone will do something. So it kind of reminds me of the other phrase that actions speak louder than words. It's very easy to say something or say that you will do something rather than actually doing that. So it's cheaper to talk. Talk is cheap. Okay, so that means if, for instance, if someone were to say, you know what, I am going to make sure I am there, you can count on it. And if that person has a history of being late, then you might respond with saying,
talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap. Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. Smooth like butter. Pour you in like no other. Don't need no usher to remind me you got it bad. Ain't no other that could sweep you up like a rubber.
So the next term we have is sweep you up like a robber. So we first need to understand two things. When someone is robbed, you can often say that the robber swept them clean, meaning the robber has taken everything from them. And also, a lot of times in terms of love, you might hear the phrase, I'm going to sweep you off your feet, meaning they are suddenly very attracted to that person in a romantic way. So now that you understand these two meanings, you can combine them in a very artistic way, saying, I'm going to sweep you up like a robber. I'm going to sweep you up off your feet just like a robber sweeps up a place. So basically, this person is going to fall very hard, or this person is going to become very attracted and fall in love with the person.
Tip you up like a rubber, straight up, I gotcha, making you fall like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm at your heart to do. I got this superstar glow, so ooh, to the boogie line. Side step right left to my beat. I like the move right with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause talk is cheap. A side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. Get it, let it roll. Get it, let it roll. Ice on my wrist, I'm the nice guy.
The next phrase is ice on my wrist. Now, this is not saying that you're putting ice on your wrist because you sprained it or something, but this is talking about ice, gold, jewelry. A lot of times in the American culture, you may hear of someone's referring to things like gold watches or gold chains or diamond jewelry or diamond necklaces, all these kind of things, jewelry. You might refer to them as ice, especially if it's something expensive, then it is referred to as ice, and especially if it's diamonds. So he's saying he has ice on his wrist. You know, he has a nice watch or like a Rolex or something on his wrist, and that is what he's referring to here. And also, just to report on what Genius has said about these lyrics, it says that ice on the wrist is nothing more than an expensive luxury watch. Ice in slang means expensive accessories such as jewelry or watches. So this would not be considered ice because it's not expensive at all. This is like a $40 Amazon watch, but for references.
Got the right body and the right mind. Rolling up the party, got the right vibes. Move like haters. Fresh boy, pull up and we lay low.
Okay, so the next phrase we have is fresh boy, pull up and we lay low. Now, I was not able to find any verified commentary on these lyrics, but I will explain to you what the terms pull up and lay low could refer to. So, in my experience, when someone says they're pulling up, they're here. They have arrived. So, once you arrive to the club, like, hey, we pulled up, or we pull up, okay? And that's what it simply means. We've arrived. And lay low, when someone is laying low, they're being very chill, very relaxed, they're very low key, and that's another English term, when low key, or they're just being very relaxed. Like, you can hardly know that they're there. They're not very hyped or enthused. They're just simply relaxing or chilling. Okay, so these fresh boys have arrived, and now they're just chilling where they've arrived.
All the bands get moving with the bass low. Got the army right behind us when we say so. Let's go. Side step right left to my beat. Right left to my beat. I like the moon right with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you 'cause talk is cheap. Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll. Smooth like cool shade, and you know we don't stop. Highlight, ain't no.
All right, and our last phrase is ain't no bummer. Now, of course, ain't is a very popular and common phrase in English, but it's very incorrect English. But ain't also means isn't or is not. And then bummer is not a bummer. If something is a bummer, that means something is annoying or disappointing. Okay? So, and this is exactly what they are not. They are not a bummer. They're not annoying. They're not disappointing. They're not depressing. They're nothing that could even relate to that word. So that is why they would say ain't no bummer.
You been like, oh my God, we gon' make the rocket his ass. We gon' make it bounce in his ass. Hotter, sweeter, cooler, butter. Get it, let it roll.
All right, everyone. So that wraps up our video for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And again, thank you. You know who you are, to the person that helped me, to my student that helped me to find out these phrases, to know which ones would be better to explain to everyone. So I hope this video was helpful and fun, and I hope you learned something. And let me know if you would be interested in another video like this, or even if there's something else you would like to talk to me, or if you would like me to teach about English. So I had a lot of fun, and I hoped that you all caught the little cosplay moments, I guess. You know, the cool shade stunner. And until next time, string butter and continue to be a cool shade stunner. Bye. Get it, let it go. Ice on my wrist, I'm the nice guy. Got the right body and the right mind. Roll up to the party with the right vibes. Smooth like butter, haters, lovers. Fresh boy, pull up in the lay low. All the players get moving when the bass low. Got army right behind us when we say so. I tried to pop the thing. Let's go, side by left to my beat.